I have cancer. I have cancer. Anger. First of all, I don't have cancer. At least I don't think I do. I mean, there's a little spot right by my groin on the right side. It's just like a little, you know, cancerous thingamabob. But besides that, I'm not aware that I have cancer. I haven't gone to the doctor. If I went to the doctor, maybe they would tell me, Theo, you have cancer, you fucking idiot. You also have pre-diabetes and you're gross and disgusting and you need 1,000 different kinds of medications and your spine's out of alignment and your head is stupid and you need treatment for the rest of your stupid life. You fucking idiot. That's probably what they would say as doctors, being the professional people that they are. I don't go to doctors, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I would assume. So yeah, instead of, I don't want to, yeah, doctors, that's another video, okay? I want to talk to you about a story. I was in bed, laying down, trying to go to sleep, can't go to sleep. Cancer on my mind. Cancer. I think people become ill because they want to be taken care of. Theo, what the fuck is that? People become ill because they want to be taken care of? What is wrong with you, Theo? People just become ill sometimes. How dare you, sir? How can you even say that? I wanna tell you a story, okay? I had a girlfriend. A girlfriend. It's really hard to say girlfriend. She was a girlfriend. So, and I met the family of the girlfriend. And in hindsight, I think she was very afraid of her family. And maybe she wanted me to meet the family because she was afraid. She wanted some support. Anyway, the mother was in dire straits. You see, she had cancer. She had neck cancer. Cancer of the neck. Thyroid? I don't know. Cancer can happen everywhere, right? It's like a metastasization of the cells. I don't know what that means. I assume like there's more cells that are created that aren't being used, that aren't necessary. She had cancer of the neck. And I was like, what the hell am I doing here? I didn't particularly enjoy the conversation. It was me, my girlfriend, and her sister. And I think the Papa Bear was there too, the father. And we're just talking about fucking nonsense. How's the weather? And like the centerpiece of the discussion was, Mom's got cancer. She was in a hospital bed. Theo, how fucking dare you? This is the judgment I feel. Theo, she's in the damn hospital bed. She's in pain. She's ill. She needs to be taken care of. People are there to support her. Support her. I didn't feel right about the whole thing, as you might be able to imagine. I didn't care for the conversation, and I felt the whole time there was this undercurrent of, I have cancer, and you need to take care of me. And look at me, I need help. And while that might be true, so here's what I would have done. If someone asked me, like, Theo, I'm going through this very difficult situation with my health. I don't know what to do about it. It's really hard. I would suggest some treatments. I would suggest the Gerson therapy, which is basically like a low-carb vegan diet with a lot of juicing and coffee enemas. And there's a very good rate of recovery from cancer if you use that diet. In fact, whatever illness you have, I recommend that diet. But besides that, I do believe that emotions cause illness. So essentially negative emotions. Not good emotions, not positive emotions, not love and joy and elation and ebullition and, or I don't know what is that, ebullience, compassion. Those don't cause illness, but negative emotions, anger, hatred, animosity, grudges over years, resentment, those cause fear, anxiety, panic. Those cause illnesses. So that's what I might have said. Now, nobody was asking me for my opinion at the time, so I didn't give my opinion. Meanwhile, the topic of conversation was that interesting to me, and there was, as I said, this undercurrent that, I have cancer, and look at me, feel sorry for me. You might think that I'm harsh. I'm telling you my opinion, and, I understand that it's probably a very fringe opinion, but I think I'm right, and I think it's important, so that's why I'm sharing it. There was a lull in the conversation, like this break of the stupidity that they were talking about, the weather, and this and that in the house, and this is happening at the house, and da da da, and boring shit. And I felt the lull was like everyone was waiting for me to say what I thought, or to say something to reinforce the difficulty of the situation and the fact that this woman has cancer, and oh my gosh, how horrible is that? And I was like, no, I'm not going to say anything. No, the lull happened, a few eyes flicked towards me, and I didn't pick it up. I mean, I had the opportunity to pick up the ball, and I wasn't going to pick up that ball. I wasn't going to justify the cancer having that was going on. So, finding it a little difficult to articulate what I'm trying to say. I hope it reaches you somehow. If you can try and understand that perhaps our illnesses, these manifestations in our physical body, might be caused by something else than, just happenstance and random events. Maybe we don't live in a random universe. Maybe things do happen for a reason. Even things like accidents. And in this case, illnesses. Yes, illnesses. You don't just suddenly get cancer. You don't just suddenly become obese like I am. You don't just suddenly become bald. You don't just suddenly get athlete's foot or, severe sunburn. Well, maybe that's not a very good example, but Lou Gehrig's disease, kidney failure, diabetes. These things don't just suddenly happen. There's a series of events and bad decisions that are made beforehand. And even before those decisions, which we might, like in the case of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, there might be bad eating habits. But, what caused those bad eating habits? I would say it's our emotions. Now, we don't typically go that far. We look for a physical cause for everything. So if you can go with me on that for a moment, then maybe you can understand what I'm trying to say. What I really want to say is there's a lot of people that say that want you to go along with. They don't want to take responsibility for the illness that they have, which in many cases, I would say except for perhaps children, they cause themselves. Most illnesses are caused by the person not willing to feel their own pain, their own emotional pain. Then it manifests into physical maladies and pain. So if you take that perspective, then really the objective ought to be, put people in a situation where they can have all the tools to feel their emotions. Now that would be a compassionate environment, and I'm not against having a compassionate environment. But what I am against is trying to, treat the physical effects of an emotional problem. So if you just try to treat the physical effects, you're not going to treat the cause. Now this goes right to Divine Truth teachings. So if you want to see what I'm referencing Jesus' talk, The Law of Cause and Effect. And you can search the Divine Truth website or the Divine Truth YouTube channel. And I see this happen a lot. And the reason why, I think one reason why I'm so passionate about talking about this particularly is because my mother had a lot of physical issues throughout the entirety of my life. Let's just keep it in the context of my life right now. She told me stories of when she was a teenager and she had problems even then. But I remember, just day in and day out, there was always some new problem that my mother had. And I've disconnected from my mother. I don't talk to her anymore. And the times that I have talked to her, like there was like a lessening of contact. And in those brief moments where I did talk to her, just more of the same. Oh, I got this going on. I got this going on. But don't worry about me. Worry about me. But don't worry about me. um, in her case, I don't know how much there was of an angry demand to acknowledge the illness that she had. But I have met people for whom it is an angry demand. Like, if you were to broach the topic that there could be other causes for one's illness, you know, they would get very angry with you and say, "How dare you? I have cancer. You are giving me this quackery, this spiritual, nonsense gobbledygook. I have cancer. This is a real problem, Theo. And what you're looking into, it's rubbish." That's basically the premise of an angry person who doesn't want to hear another side of the story. I guess I kind of get it. I guess I kind of feel like, see, right now I'm acknowledging it. Right now I'm saying in my head, they have a very difficult situation, and they're not willing to see that they might have caused it. And they don't even know. They're in complete denial of the fact that they might have caused it. Although I would hazard a guess and say that at some point the thought has crossed their mind. So really, in actual fact, I would say probably the thought has crossed their mind that maybe it's something that I'm doing to cause this. But they don't really, venture down the logical conclusion that that thought process might carry them to. They venture down other thought processes. And that's why they're stuck in their predicament. And listen, I'm not here to judge. Same for me, I am in great denial over my own issues, but I don't know if there's a solution here. I'm not offering a solution. I think that it's important to be mindful of the fact that if in fact I am right, if Jesus is right, because I'm basically subscribing to what Jesus is saying here. I'm fully in lockstep with him on this issue, although I have my own doubts. That is the basic tack that I'm taking. I don't apply it necessarily to my own life, but if someone asks me, why is there disease in the world? If God is a loving God, I would say, well, it's our own creation. We manifest these things from our own negative emotion. I would say that, and I have said that. So I know that as much. Now, it is another issue as far as applying it to yourself to heal your own problems. But I don't know if there's a solution to what I'm saying, but I remember a Facebook discussion I had online once where, I just feel like I'm tooting my own horn right now. Maybe I should just end this damn video. It's like 14 minutes. Who wants to watch a 14-minute video? Theo, you're always talking about how who would want to watch a video and you keep making videos. Okay, maybe I should just end it. Damn it, but there's one more thing I want to say. I just want to say, look out for people who are very demanding of you to take care of them. I don't think demanding sympathy is a desire for compassion, a desire to heal oneself or to help oneself. So, in other words, you can get some kind of physical ailment, and this will allow you to not go to work. This will allow you to step away from society. This will allow you to, yes, take resources in order to help yourself and say, I need health insurance. I need this from society. I need that from society. So really, what I'm saying is not taking care of your own emotions and manifesting physical illnesses is loaded with heavy demands on the rest of us. I I think that's a very fringe spot to be in, fringe tact to take, but I think it's the right one. So, I hope this was meaningful, and I'm going to end it there.